It's that time of year, and I felt like New Year's was yesterday. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Readaholic. Today we're doing the mid-year freakout book tag, like you're supposed to do. I feel like this tag is just such a staple in the booktube community, so I usually do it in July, which didn't really make sense to me because technically June is like the mid-month, so I felt like now was the time to do it. So let's have a look at my reading so far. First up, we have the best book that I have read this year, well, so far. I did have 3 so far that I've given 5 stars, and I decided that The Prison Healer was the best of them. I think what I really liked was the atmosphere in this book and the characters and the fact that our main character do not trust anyone. Sometimes I just wanted to shake her and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then it turned out she was right. Sometimes it turns out I was right, and I feel like that was just such an experience to me, and I really loved it. Also, the side characters, so amazing, all of them, and I am so excited to continue with this damn series. Speaking of continuing series, the next prompt is the best sequel you read. I haven't had the best luck with sequels this year. First of all, haven't read that many. Nothing new here. Second of all, some of them were really disappointing. So, you haven't seen this in a wrap-up yet because I read it this month, but Rise of the Isle of the Lost was actually the best sequel that I've read. I will talk more about it in my wrap-up, but basically this is one of the Descendants novels. I always thought that this one was supposed to go in between the second and the third movie, because we have one that goes before the first movie, then we have Return to the Isle of the Lost that I am pretty sure is in between the first and the second movie, and then we have this one which is also in between the first and the second movie. So it's actually to make like a list of how you're supposed to do it. First you read Isle of the Lost, then you watch Descendants, then you read Return to the Isle of the Lost, then you read Rise of the Isle of the Lost, and then you watch Descendants 2, and then I'm pretty sure that Escape of the Isle of the Lost, is that what it's called? The fourth one? That is in between the second movie and the third movie. Correct? I don't know. But I liked it, and Uma is introduced in this one, and I really like her as a character, so yay. Next up, we have a new release that I haven't read, but that I am excited to. I don't know if I will have read this by the time that this video goes up, but I am really excited to read The Stardust Thief. It gives me all of the Aladdin vibes, all of the desert vibes, and I want it. Okay, so the book that I am the most excited for has to be Master of Iron by Tricia Levenseller. This is the sequel to Blade of Secrets. I think it is only a duology, but I'm really not sure. It could be a series. Hoping a little bit that it's a duology so that I can complete it, but I'm excited for that. And I have already pre-ordered it because I was allowed to when I could buy books. So it's coming as soon as it's released. Yay! Next up, we have the biggest disappointment. Need I say more? This was just not it. I was so in love with the first book, and I do not like the sequel whatsoever. It's very repetitive, and there was a lot of characters that didn't need to be there, and a lot of things that didn't need to happen. Then they tried to turn one of the characters into like a villain type of person, and that just didn't make sense. And then all of a sudden she was not the villain, and that also didn't make sense. So there was just a lot of things that I didn't like, and it was so disappointing because Bone Crier's Moon is one of my favorite books. Next up, we have Biggest Surprise, Year of the Reaper. I picked this up on a whim. I think it was one of the months where I was like, ugh, I don't even know what I want to read, but I don't want to read what I've picked. And then I kind of just went and looked at my shelves, and then this one was just the one that I picked. And oh my god, I am so happy I did, because this is one of my new all-time favorites, and also one of the 3 books that I've given 5 stars so far. Then we have favorite new author. I don't know if she will stay a favorite, but Tricia Levenseller, I'm gonna have to pick her as my favorite new author. I know that she's not a new author, but It said on the prompt that it could be either a debut or a new to me author, and Tricia Levenseller is new to me. This is the first book I've read from her, and I also have a couple other ones that I really want to check out, so I am hoping that I like her writing. So far, it seems that I will. The next two I'm going to talk about together because they're from the same book. Newest fictional crush and newest favorite character, Siva and Killen. I love Killen, and Siva is just me, so I'm guessing that is why these go together as my favorite new character and favorite crush. Yes, I don't have much more to say about this. I don't want to spoil people of anything. Killen is very awesome, very sassy asshole who has a heart of gold, and Siva is me. Next up we have a book that made you cry. Do not have one. I am gonna move on. A book that made you happy. Some of the children's books that I read, the Rosalila ones and Elektriske Heidi, definitely the ones that made me the happiest because memories. Then we have the most beautiful book that I have acquired so far this year. I couldn't decide, so I went with The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by XCO. This is absolutely stunning and I freaking love all of the pastels. And of course, Daughter of the Moon Goddess with these beautiful sprayed edges. How could I not pick this one? And final question, what books do you need to read before the end of the year? All of them. No, I do really want to read sequels. I say this all the freaking time, but this time I mean it, and I also say that all the freaking time. I really want to reread These Violent Delights and then read the sequel, Our Violent Ends. I also want to read The Gilded Cage, and the last one, I think it's called The Blood Trader. I want to read Namesake so I can finish that. I basically kind of want to get like the duologies that I have finished on my shelves. I want to read them. I want to get them out of the way. I also have this series right there, Heart of Thorns. I have read the first one. I still need to read the second and the third one. These are also books that I'm going to try and prioritize. A series that I haven't started but actually want to start and finish is The Bright and the Pale by Jessica Rubinkovsky. I also have the sequel here. It arrived in the mail a couple days ago. I don't know why, but I think it might have been the fact that I just got it in the mail the other day, but now I just really want to read both of them and finish the series like today. And that was it for the tag. I am gonna tag the lovely Gemma. I am also gonna tag Lissy. I'm also gonna tag Ashley and Amy, and I will of course leave all the lovely ladies down below, so please go and check them out because they're awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment telling me which new release you're most excited for, like for the second half of the year. If you just want to let me know that you're here but don't know what to comment, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It will mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!